Hello and welcome to 128 Narrows West Road on Salt Spring Island. I'm Julian Bruce with McDonald Realty, and I'm co-listing this property with my colleague Heidi Kurt. Well, we've got a beautiful 3-acre waterfront property here, about 250 feet of oceanfront, and quite a lot of desirable attributes. So I'll get started on a full tour of this property. So we're in this wonderfully flat field area by the water's edge. Really great build site. We are close to the property boundary on this side. That pin there is the corner by those chairs. On the other side we go quite a ways, kind of close to that arbutus tree there. And the property goes all the way up to Narrows West Road, which is quite a ways up. And there are some other build site options higher up as well. So taking a look at the aerial map here, we are right about here, and we've got this outline here. It carries over into lot 1, and it comes all the way back to this part of lot 2. Lot 2 is 128 Narrows West, the lot we're on. This line and this area represents a pre-geotechnically surveyed build site. So it's not to say that you couldn't build up here, just this area has already had a geotechnical survey confirming that it's safe to build in this area. That at least is my understanding of the covenant. There's a second covenant right up here, and this is in favor of the local trust committee, and it limits any building in that area, as well as removal of native vegetation or soil disturbance. There is a portion of the property at the corner here, which I'll show you, that is outside of that covenanted area. Yeah, quite a lot of beautiful land up here as well. I did find the well up here. So as I mentioned, this is the property boundary over here. And I believe we're currently in the geo envelope, is what we'll call the, the pre-geotech area. But this is the property boundary on this side, right down to that big fir tree there. So the covenant area flares out right in the corner there. So that point right there, I believe, is this pin right here. This one doesn't actually say covenant, but these are all pretty old pins as well. And there's an iron pin right there. The actual wooden pin for it is gone, but this here, I believe, is the front edge, this corner here of the covenant. I can actually see that's the pin right there for it. So the actual property boundary is right here. So just in between this arbutus and the stump of the fir tree. North facing is right about here. West facing is, right about here. So incredible sunsets on this property. Still a bit of a scramble down to the beach there. It's not too bad, but there's some other spots further along that are quite a bit easier. It's one of the easier ways down to the water here. And this right here is the property boundary between lot 1 and 2. So you can see there's another marker right above us here. And this is an easier way to see it. There's a little bit of rope in the trees here. But this cluster of 4 fir trees is a good indicator of the property boundary for that old rusty tape measure. And again, an easy way down to the beach right here. Well, I am onto lot 1 now. I'll just loop around a little bit here just for easy access. This is actually the waterfront edge of lot 1, and there's a road allowance going back to Collins Road. So I'm pretty much on the line right now. So this little group of trees here kind of shrouds the view of the markers just below it, but there's a bit of a it's easy to miss kind of trail up through here that's pretty overgrown, and this kind of curving cedar that lines up with these cedars. This is kind of the general boundary between lots 1 and 2. So we can see a marker just up here That is for the boundary between lot 2 and lot 3. And this whole area, as I said, is within that geo envelope. Another thing to note is there's some really nice views all the way up to Mount Erskine. This isn't actually the best spot to see them where I am right now, but the big rock bluff up there is quite visible from closer to the waterfront. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, I'll head up to the upper portion of the property. Well, I've skipped forward in time a little bit to record content for lot 1. It's now 6 o'clock on April 10th. So this is the driveway out, of course, and the property, as I mentioned, goes right up to that pin right there, and for the most part follows the driveway for lot 3. The views really get quite dramatic as we head up the driveway. We are kind of right on the boundary of lot 1 and 2 as we head into the forest right here. This is the switchback. I'm parked right here. Well, there's quite a few flat areas to the right of the driveway as we go up. This one here is certainly the most easily accessible for vehicle access to develop a driveway. It looks like that's the easiest way in, but with this tree down, it's actually a lot easier to come in right here. Well, based on the GPS, we're right about on the property boundary, as it does come in a little bit off the neighbor's driveway. You can see that right here. Try to do this with an extra hand, but we're in this forested area right here. Okay, and heading back out towards that big fallen tree. It's quite overgrown in the salal up there. This is where it really opens up though, and the the width of the space in the property gets a little bit bigger here, as the driveway for lot 3 is way up there. And especially in this area right here, it's also very flat. And of course, you're close to this driveway to pull off to create an additional build site. There's so many properties on Salt Spring that have a house and a cottage that's detached, but they're just very close by or directly sharing the same driveway. And it really adds quite a lot of property value to have a fair bit of separation between the house and cottage, as it effectively feels like two separate properties then. It's quite overgrown here. I haven't really explored up this ridge at all, but in reality, it looks like it flattens out just at the top there. So right about here is where we have the vertice between the driveways. So at this point onward, it's a shared driveway for lot 1 and 2, heading all the way up to Narrows West Road. And here is lot 1, and here is lot 2. So again, looking at the map, we are right here. Probably, it's just where the driveway has that bend. And for a little while here, we'll be on lot 1. And then we enter the road allowance as we go back up to Narrows West Road. And the well is right up here. And again, there's quite a lot of flat area up here. So just kind of up in here. So right in here is where it starts to flatten out again. It would be potentially impossible to branch off of the main easement driveway, but to bring the driveway up from those build sites in the forest could be possible to come up here, but there's quite a lot of space in those other build sites that we just came from that would probably make for a more suitable and easier to access build site. It's a beautiful area right here as well that's actually quite flat. And this is the well. the stump. Looks like some angry dwarf face or something there. And we should be able to see the driveway. Yeah, there we go. Well, I won't be going down that spot. You can actually see from here, there is a large amount of water storage that is for the fire department to service the community here, which I believe acts like a effectively like a fire hydrant. These are juniper berries growing out of the stump here. Delicious. Well, that just about covers it for Lot 2 Narrows West Road. Please do reach out, of course, if you have any questions about this property, and thanks for watching.